crosses over out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down.
Let's go. Quick, Lion. Ready.
And Stroud now to throw. And he bats it away. It's down, incomplete.
Well, this defense.
Let's go now.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Stroud off the play fake. Going deep for Diggs. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Stroud. Got his man down. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's Pierce. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 49 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Stroud. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And his throw is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to...
Touchdown! Brevin Jordan, 30 yards. And the Texans get a bit closer. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And not going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And he's upended at the 43 following a good pickup of 8.
And that was a good run, and it should get the attention of the defense, but it can't just dwell on it. They've been playing so well this entire game. Maybe they just look at it and say, okay, congratulations, you got 1 on us, and just not let it turn into more.
And he will be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is brought in at the 21. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Houston set to take over. Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. Second and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Steps away to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. A shotgun snap to Stroud. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he's got room. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. 76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. This 2nd and 4. Stroud sets up the play action. He's got it complete to Diggs right side. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Back to throw. Stroud. And that is dropped. Oh, that could have been a near certain 6 points. He was all alone, but he could not look it in. My, oh, my.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 23. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Let's go now. Go, Reed. Go.
Play action. Stroud now. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Dalton Schultz, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Texans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the lead cut down to 9. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was the tight end Dalton Schultz on the touchdown reception to cap the drive. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. So that potentially a turning point here this third quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense. Delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Foley Fatukasi, the former UConn Husky. 2nd and 10 here as we sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup. Here's Mahomes to throw. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The Texans here on third down putting an extra defender in the secondary. To throw, it's Mahomes. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10.
Ready.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Powers through it. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC. We're back now in KC. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
92 yards rushing here from Mixon. He's got a first down. Play action. Here's Stroud. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Stroud working out of the gun. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Stroud. And this is going to be incomplete.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down. They needed 3. They got 6. Plenty enough for the conversion on 4th. Mixing up the middle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Ready.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 7.
Ready.
Stroud looking to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Stroud on 3rd down now. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Well, the screen gets 7, but it's not enough. And it'll be 4th down. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now here comes Kansas City. And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
And it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to the hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game.
Now Mahomes. That one caught by Rice. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. The throw for Tony is intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Texans are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Hey, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened, because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
And now out comes Houston. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead and the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 57 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Here we go.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. And we pulled in downfield by Collins. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. A handoff to Mixon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Stroud to throw it. Looking for his man on the out route, and he's got Diggs. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 83 yards receiving now for him on the afternoon as he's got a 1st down here.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Eluding the pressure right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Texans get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the fourth quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a two-point conversion to tie it. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Here comes Mahomes and the Chiefs. Down by 8, 2:16 to play. They need a touchdown here to try to force overtime, but they've got the support of this playoff record crowd. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Open man right side is Tony. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. Here comes second down. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that's complete to Brown. And we've got an injured player, and that's Travis Kelce, who appears to be in a bit of discomfort. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. Mahomes. Looking for Gray, and he's got him.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Now 2nd and 4. Mahomes. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Brown. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. Mahomes will throw. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. And now there's a deep shot that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 24-yard line. Mahomes. This will be caught inside the 10. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's Mahomes. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Passing lanes, tough to come by with so many defensive backs on the field here late in the game. And it's not just the number of bodies, it's their quickness and their agility that makes it tough to complete a pass.
And Mahomes sees something. He'll change the play. Mahomes to throw it. And it's caught. An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you've got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
Mahomes. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here?
And this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a two-point conversion.
The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have two to possibly take this to overtime.
The touchdown saved their playoff lines momentarily. Now for the two-point conversion. They'll try and run it in. And he will get in. The two-point conversion is good. And we may be on our way to overtime. Everything was riding on that two-point conversion, and they got it.
They got it. They now have the momentum. Time really dwindling in this game. Now their big deal is make sure they get a good kickoff and don't give up anything big on the defensive end.
This is 1st and 10. They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And they'll get him down after a gain of 7, but they'll happily give him that. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
Well, what a game this has been, and now it'll take overtime to decide who goes on to the AFC title game. And we will not see a return to start overtime. It'll come out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Well, CD, certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people have called for this change before, and they finally got it. After the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs, Patrick Mahomes and KC, they scored first. Game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football, and people hated that. Now the game reaches OT, every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, if you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
That's Azeez Al-Shaair getting through for the sack that time. Here's the Chiefs punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Chris Jones that time coming in with a tackle behind the line. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. All they need is a field goal. Any kind of score here on this second drive would be a game winner. It's 1st and 10. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. It was Brian Cook who made the tackle. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position. Yeah, the evolution of position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Hand off right side to Pierce. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play? Now to change things up, Stroud will throw it. And now the ball's out. And the Texans are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot. And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play. And this is caught. It's a touchdown in overtime, and they are marching on in the playoffs. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking at